So let's start with Apple if we want, because that's the one I was looking right here. So still extremely strong stock, of course. On the left top is that's a monthly chart, so you can see pretty clear the move. Then we got the weekly, and is that a doji? We don't know yet. It's just Wednesday, going on to Thursday. So, but there it is. Now, what's interesting is like they usually stop at some time, to take a breather or whatever. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks up. So I start looking for signals. So let's go to the weekly, daily, I'm sorry. So here's the daily. Let me get my annotation tool right here. I'm gonna try not to be too messy today. So, okay. So we got the breakout right here, 270. Here's another breakout. That's what we all love. Breakout to new highs, pretty simple. You don't have to do much, just buy the highs, right? Right there, right there. So plenty of opportunity. Now, what we're seeing here, you may have heard me talking. Last night, I posted in the room, like the formation was interesting. This is an interesting formation, right? We make new highs and we close almost at the lows. I would have loved it if it was like a full bearish engulfing candle, right? But it didn't happen. It's a very strong market. So what we had is that we just put it on the list for today, and it was one of my bear watches, right? I'm not thinking that it's gonna crash too hard, but if I can get, I don't know, anyway from here and until 300, that's what?
That's a good trade.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's just 3-4%. We saw it yesterday with Roku. I mean, these things, when like big momentum stocks, when the market is working, it's simple, right? But when it stops working, they can really drop really hard. And I was having this conversation with someone else yesterday, and they say like the problem that with most people is that when they think that the market's gonna turn, they go to the weak stuff, right? Because we tend to do like, oh, this is relatively weak and this is relatively strong. So immediately you will go like, oh, let me see what's down, what's in the downtrend, let me short that. And that's exactly the opposite of what you should be doing. Because what's going to happen is that for some reason, it might be some rotation, right? So guess what? You just sold Apple at 320 bucks. You make 1,000% or whatever you make it over the longer the time frame that you were holding this, and now you need a place to sit or to put on your trades. And now you see, I don't know, this stock that is not too bad, that is like sitting on a base or whatever. So that's where the money is gonna go. And then when we try to short the market through stocks, we're gonna go into those stocks. And actually, what's gonna happen is that those stocks are the ones that are gonna be going higher, right? So we're now into a pullback, but the shorts are not working either, right?
Right. And that's kind of what we're seeing with the pins, Peloton, Shack, right? So when the leaders are kind of weak, people are looking for other names.
And even before that, because we've been seeing that for now over a month, since we've been talking here, and we've been pointing into, like, this is an easy trade. I mean, anybody can do this chart, right? Like, oh, Apple, yeah, Apple's going higher. What do we do with Apple? Buy. What do we do with Apple? Buy. What do we do with Apple? Buy. Remember when the guys were asking me, what do we do with Beyond? And I said, keep shorting, right? We had that conversation here too. What do I do with Beyond? I don't know exactly what the name was, who asked me the question. And I was like, well, all you have to do is just keep shorting. Keep shorting, keep shorting. But this is what happens. And that's still right there. That was my alarm. 81.25, 84. That's when he gets like, here's the 81.25. Here he sees the 81. That was the first long. And then I saw like, wow, now there's momentum. There's something going on. Guess what? We came back up until here. So it's not, I don't I don't know if they're testing or not testing McDonald's things, or I don't know if they're gonna be now. Everybody loves it, right? But they used to love it at 240. So what has changed, right? This is, we know this is pretty much BS. Traders. That's what it is. I
Right.
know some of the guys at another desk, they were trading this thing shorting from 240 that day. They caught it. Crazy. But that's basically the asymmetrical things that you want to be doing. So you see this expansion and you say, you know what? This is not Apple. This is not like, valuations and everything. I don't do that much about it. I don't really care because the chart eventually is going to show us that what is that we need to do. So in here, you should have no doubt. You're shorting, you're shorting, you're shorting, you're shorting. Now what's up? Oh, here it is something. Okay, let's go to the other way. Now you back in here? You kidding me? I'm done. I haven't traded in the last 2 days. I'm like, I don't want the last part. I call 122 as a target, right? From 80 something. I'm done. I don't want to touch it anymore. Why? It's got to be something else, right? Pins. So we always find in this stuff, right? So we cannot get into those highly speculative unless they're doing exactly what we need to do. So going back to the conversation, it's like we have the SPY, and we may think that things may be getting a little bit tougher. And I know because yesterday we were having some troubles. If we go into the intraday chart for yesterday, we can see it. Let me maximize the sell right here. So we made a new high, and guess what? This is basic trend analysis. So we have a new high, and now we have a lower high. It's not a lower high. Now this is a formation, and then guess what? We just closed right here. I heard the after hours we may be gapping up again, right? But this is something to take into account, right? It's not the clear path that we've been dealing with. If we get into this zone and we start trading sideways, and you continue to buy new highs the whole day, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to lose money. That's likely what's going to happen, right? So be flexible, read the chart, make sure you understand what is it that you're trading. It's not just, uh, um, it's not simple as just buying highs or shorting the lows. It's got to be a method to the madness.